And spell your first and last name, please.
Jessica Bond, JESSICA BOND.
Perfect. Nice to meet you, Miss Jessica.
Nice to meet you.
I guess we'll start simple. What happened to you yesterday?
Well, I was sleeping for the most part, and my son heard the dogs barking because I had told him the night before, Saturday night, that I was hearing noises in the bushes, and I told him that it was strange noises, and I said, y'all just don't go outside. I said, if you do, let me know. So I guess he was alert and he was aware about the noises. So when he heard the dogs barking, he looked out the window and he called me and said, "Mom, the dog's outside barking at something." So I said, "Well, see what it is." I was still in bed and I was getting out the bed trying to get my clothes. So he said, "Mom, it look like a monkey." So well, to go, I said, record it. I said, make sure, because so we could have proof of it, that it was in our yard, because I didn't know if it was just running past or leaving or whatever. So he said, I can't get a clear shot. He said, but it's the monkeys. So I said, oh snap, let me get my phone and let me get my gun, let me call the police and stuff. So when I come out, I got in my truck and I bagged up down this road and I stopped about right there. And he was on top of that bin right there, and he left from that bin and went and jumped on the railing of that porch. And I sat in my truck, and when I got out, I said, okay, do I sit here and wait for it to run away, run to somebody else's yard? I have a 3-year-old, and what if it come back out, hide in the woods and come back out and try to attack her later on? And she can't defend herself from a wild monkey, and all it takes is a little scratch for her to develop something. And we don't know what these monkeys have, because one minute they have this, and then the next minute Tulane is saying they don't have anything to avoid lawsuits and stuff. So I'm not going to take my chances with my baby versus infected animal. So I did what any mother would do, and I got out and I shot at the monkey, and he had a look like something was wrong with him. It looked like something was wrong. And I love animals, and I have dogs, I have a cat, I have a rabbit, and she has had a turtle. We love animals, so it's like not like I'm an animal killer. I didn't want to just kill a thing, but I mean, it's my baby versus an animal, a dangerous animal.
Hola, 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 ¿cómo estás? It's me, Georgia Chat, the J-O-Y. So guys, hey, ran across this story. And the reason why this story has stuck in my brain, the way it's sticking to it, this story is out of Mississippi. Okay, a mother was minding her business with her family, and some lab monkeys came in her yard. Now, if you guys can remember back in 2020, y'all remember 2020, right? 2020. Y'all remember 2020? Right before 2020, there was an outbreak. Remember? But before that outbreak, there was a viral video that nobody can find anymore. Like literally, all of you screenshot shouties and holding videos in your phones or got videos from back in the day. I want somebody to find that video when Batgirl came out here. Remember the girl that ate the bat soup? Nobody can find that video ever again. Like, you can't even put it in your search engine. So remember when the lady in China ate the soup, the bat soup, and then the whole world shut down? And my condolences to people who lost family members and people that I knew in my real life that passed away from, the invisible monster that starts with a C, 19. And now we have this. All of a sudden, a trailer of lab species now, because it went from monkeys to 3 monkeys to now the news is reporting that it was monkeys everywhere, to where
these monkeys are dangerous, so we need to take action. Take a listen to how he put this whole experience.
Because I had no idea that these at that point in time were considered dangerous, and it was monkeys everywhere. I don't think anybody was equipped for this. It was just one of these things. I can't believe this was going. And here in Mississippi, it's the funniest thing that I've ever seen. I put myself in the place of law enforcement there. They're being told, presumably by the driver of the truck, that they could be dangerous. And the last thing you want to do is let something loose that's going to harm somebody, a child in the area.
the news is saying that they don't even know who the driver of the truck was when it flipped over. So, anywho, you guys know what to do on my channel. You can like, sub up to it. But make sure you guys talk to me down below. I might jump in here and there because, like I said, if you don't remember Batgirl, the Bat Soup Girl, and I can take it further when I don't know what generation you guys come from or how old anybody is in my audience, but I'm from California, and I remember the time when the government dropped bricks in the projects, and that's how
I
the
understand. So when you call 911 or you call wildlife and forestry?
I called the game warden and I called the 911.
Okay. So how did the call go with the game warden?
Well, they were just saying that they was gonna send somebody out, asking for the address, and that was basically it.
So you killed it before they got here?
Right.
Okay. So when they got here, did they do any cleaning up or they just
No,
scooped it up?
nothing. And then he picked it up off the porch and drug it through here and put it on the back of his pickup truck. I would have thought he would have put it in a bag, once he picked it up off the porch and put it in a bag. So now I have to disinfect and clean off everything through here because, you can't see where the blood trail is at. So, and then you would thought that they would have came through and searched the woods in here and see if the other one is around. The other one could have been sitting in the woods watching everything go down. So
I'm sorry.
look, the other one might be mad at me.
even though a statement was made and they spoke on the Mississippi woman, that's what they call her, the Mississippi woman. They say 2 remaining. There's still 2 remaining, even though the news did report that it was multiple, even different species of animals that were out there that were lab researched, and how a truck just turned over out of the blue that was on its way to Chicago.
Yes.
He might be somewhere watching. So it's crazy. You can't just sit here and just say, oh well, let me just put it in a cage and feed it until somebody shows up.
So as far as the monkey's behavior, or I know you probably didn't get up close on it. Did you see anything on it that looked strange, out of the ordinary, or did it just look like a monkey?
Well, it had like tattoos on it. You could see a tattoo like on him, and it looked like a black spot. But like when you zoom in on the I'm sorry, I heard something. But when you zoom in, you could see like it was like a tattoo on it. And these is lab rats basically. They getting tested and poked on. You never know what they really have. Those 3 things that they name, that's probably just a few of the things that they have. And so
how do you feel now? Today it's a new day.
I mean, I hate that it happened because I do love animals, but Tulane need to own up to it, and they need to get somebody out here looking for the rest of them.
Mommy. You're taller than Marcus.
Okay.
Is there anything else you want to say?
Get out here and find the rest of these monkeys. And for all the people that's being rude and negative, get out here and search for the animals and find them yourself. So,
I don't think I have any other questions.
okay.
Just a side note before I get out of here. Hey, it's Joy Chit Chat again. You know what to do on my channel. Like, sub up, but make sure you guys talk to me down below in the comment section. So, local news is calling inmates, primates. Oh, it was she misspoke. She misspoke. Her bad. And then to keep saying, looking for the monkeys.
Now, in the meantime,
This is to
there are still, wow, it's windy out here. In the meantime, there are still 3 primates rather, that are out on the loose. And I'm told that local fish and wildlife experts up there in Mississippi are currently putting out live bait traps to try to catch those remaining monkeys on the loose. All right.
So you guys keep this family in your prayers at the end of the day, because they're showing property that's on her land. And she says this in that interview. Why was it a monkey able, or infected monkeys or whatever those monkeys are, was able to get on her property? And yes, she shot at those monkeys. So like I said, there's a lot. I'm a conspiracy person, and I'm listening to the story, and don't get it they showing an old home that, like the trailers in the back of her home, those are not where she lived, but that's where the monkey was. She has land. So at the end of the day, how and why did the monkeys end up there? And then now she's able to shoot at one. And then you got to keep in mind again, stimmies are coming back out again. Yes, what do we call them? The stimmy checks. Just like when they did the outbreak with the bat suit. So they're figuring out this is another outbreak situation that's going to happen. 1 monkey was killed. They claim it was 3, but now it's being reported there was many of them. You guys, be prepared for the outlet. Let's not talk about what's going on in the world with the whole SNAP benefit. I understand people, I ain't on food stamps, this and that, but listen, it's affecting the whole world. Y'all be prayed up, okay? And once again, like I said, man, y'all know what to do with my channel. Like it, sub up to it, but make sure you guys talk to me down below in the comment section. Talk to you guys later.